Hey everybody, I would like to share with you real quick a project I created for the Oohlalavintagetreasures design team. I used the pink sugar banner kit from Doreen's store, and I pretty much used everything in the kit. There's just a few pieces left over, but it makes a big banner, y'all. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I wanted to share with you, I used some dies to make, the centerpieces there. And I used the my two favorite Brenda Walton dies, the snowflake ornament die. Sorry about that, my tripod. I always hit it there. And it's that one right there. And it's very versatile. It says snowflake, but yeah. And then the snowflake medallion, I use that one as well. And it cuts out this. And yeah, so that's what's in the center there. And then this AccuCut die, I love this die. It's called the Blossoms. I just wanted to share it with you because it's one of my favorite. And I use both pieces here in the center there. So that's how I went with it. I took the panels. They're absolutely gorgeous. You actually, if you wanted to, can make like the single pennants. And this is a gift for somebody, and I hope they like it. I really, really do. So I'll show you the first one, and it's going to be kind of hard. So y'all pardon me if I'm fumbling here. But you can see the center, and there's the medallion die there. And then I took a doily from my stash and crumpled it up and used Lindy's Stamp Gang to distress it. And all the distressing that you see is Tim Holt's vintage photo. And then there's the snowflake one there. And then there's the flower one from the AccuCut, and then the smaller one. And then these pieces right here, this small doily and this right here, it's all from the kit. Absolutely gorgeous. And then this big doily here, right here. And in the kit, there were like 3 special trims that kind of reminded me of like doily pieces. And I kind of like went around the outer rim of the medallion there up to the trim here. And these, are pearls from my stash. Just kind of went around. And on the snowflake as well. And then on the bottom here, there was some material that came with the kit. And oh yeah, I used my Tim Holtz flower die. I didn't bring that up to show you, but y'all are familiar with that one, the floral die. Here comes the train, y'all. I hope it's not too loud. And then I used my favorite flower flatback trim there. And then this beautiful trim, absolutely gorgeous. Doreen dyed it a beautiful, like, pink kind of. It's just so pretty, so pretty. And then this right here, I distressed with some Lindy's Stamp Gang just to like, tie it up. So there's that one there. And then the middle pennant here, it doesn't have any pearls on it because the trim that I used for the center is so pretty. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is gorgeous. This really looks vintage to me. And at the top of it, I wanted to, to keep it uncovered. It's just very, very vintage. So I had that coming down like that. And then this trim is like the kind where you could run some ribbon through if you wanted to the center. But I just made it where it kind of looks like a doily. And I did the same thing. The centers are exactly the same on each pennant. And on the bottom here, this is some beautiful, there was like a piece, it looks like bloomers where it has layers. And I just cut a piece where I could tie a knot bow. And then this was in the kit. And this beautiful, beautiful embellishment there. And then there's Doreen's little blings that she puts in all her kits. I love those. So I did that there, and at the top here, to separate the middle from the other 2 pennants, I did this here. it's so big. It is so big. I made another bow here, and I think it goes that way there. And this right here is a crochet piece, and a button, and a pretty piece of bling. This is from my stash of flour, and I spritzed it up with my Lindy's, as well as I distressed this piece. That's from the kit. This trim is from the kit. That's from my stash and from my stash. And this doily right here is from the kit. And it looks really sweet hanging down like that. It kind of separates the middle pennant there. So I did that on both sides, like that. And we come to this one. And this bow is a little different than the other one because I used a different bow and then put that bling in the center there. And then did the same thing with this piece. I distressed it with some Lindy's and Vintage Photo and distressed another flower. And then this trim from the stash, doilies from the stash, and these two are from pardon me, this is from the kit, and these two are from my stash. Just beautiful. This is some pretty trim right here. This is a beautiful, beautiful kit, Doreen. I mean, you could really just, yeah, this is very, very vintage. And then this last one here is just like the first one, but look at this trim. It's so pretty. I made it look like a doily, you know, surrounding the medallion in the center there. That's so pretty. And then, like I said, with the material that came in the kit, I made a flower to go on each of the end pieces. And then the center piece is just a little different with what surrounds it. So there's the banner, and I hope who I created this for, I hope they like it. I really do. And like if you didn't want to make a large banner like this, you could make individual pennants because each one is just gorgeous. You know, and you could dress it up just the way you want to. And I also made a card. I used an envelope from the corrugated cards that we get from Michael's. And I'm going to put a nice little note in the inside there. But I used the Prima Something Blue collection. Absolutely gorgeous paper. You know, crumpled it up. I only used 2 pieces so it wouldn't be so high. I tried not to get carried away. And it's pretty simple. I didn't distress it like with the modeling paste or anything like that. I just tried to like use, you know, what I had with the kit. All the flowers are from my stash. And I just, you know, just made a cluster and a little nest right there, a little Prima nest that I kind of cut down to make smaller. And then these beautiful bling pieces are all from the kit. I just love those. To me, those are like Doreen's signature. She just puts them in all her kits, and they're so pretty. They're very versatile. You can do a lot with them. And then I just used some stems from like the pearl sprigs. That one up here as well. And then these stamens from Hobby Lobby. And use some, you know, pearl trim from my stash just to kind of trail along. There's a beautiful butterfly applique from this kit. This button is from the kit. Right here, this is was an earring. I just distressed it with Snow Tech and then spritzed it with some Lindy's. And there's another one of those beautiful blings. Sorry, I don't mean to move so fast. This beautiful bow, some trim from the kit there. And this as well. And then some leaves, you know, just the paper. Like that. I use one of those snowflake die cuts there with the Prima paper line. This one's from Delight. And again, this is Something Blue here. And that was one little piece that I cut off, that beautiful trim on the end pennant down there. Gorgeous. And then I made a stick pin. It is removable. And I love this scripture here, a friend loveth at all times. That's beautiful. And I used embossing powder. Did it a couple times. And I used that new, I've had it for a while. You've been seeing it on several projects. Let me see where I put it. There it is. Right here. Got that a while ago, and that was the first time I used it, is on that sentiment. It's very pretty, and I'm not sure if I did it right. It says to heat underneath, and I kind of like did some like embossing ink around the outside of this, and I guess you got to be careful where it goes, but it's really pretty. I know y'all have seen it. It looks really pretty on projects. So I used it on that, and so I hope whoever this goes to enjoys it. I really do. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I'm fixing to go to bed, and yeah. So I'll be back, and thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll be back. Bye now.